Your body has a hidden switch that can turn off anxiety in under 60 seconds. No medication, no special equipment, just one nerve that 90% of people have never heard of. And right now, as you're watching this, yours is probably working against you. Here's something nobody tells you about stress. It's not actually the problem. The real problem is that your body forgot how to turn it off. Think about it. You finish a stressful meeting, but 3 hours later you're still clenched. You put your phone down, but your heart is still racing. You know you should relax, but your body simply won't cooperate. This isn't a character flaw. It's not weakness. Your nervous system is stuck in survival mode, and there's a specific biological reason why. I'm going to show you how to fix it, not with supplements or meditation apps, but by directly accessing the single most powerful nerve in your entire body, the vagus nerve. And by the end of this video, you'll have 3 science-backed techniques to manually override your stress response whenever you need to. Let me explain what's actually happening inside your body right now. Your autonomic nervous system runs everything you don't consciously control. Heartbeat, digestion, blood pressure, breathing patterns. It operates 24/7, and it has 2 modes. Mode 1 is called sympathetic activation. This is your accelerator. When it's engaged, your pupils dilate, your heart pounds, blood rushes to your muscles, and your brain goes into hypervigilance. This is your survival system. It's designed for escaping predators and fighting threats. Short bursts of intensity. Mode 2 is parasympathetic activation. This is your brake pedal. When it's engaged, your breathing deepens, your heart rate slows, digestion resumes, and your mind can actually think clearly. This is your recovery system. It's designed for healing, resting, and processing information. Now here's the critical part. These 2 systems are supposed to balance each other. You sprint, then you rest. You work, then you recover. You stress, then you decompress. But somewhere along the way, most of us lost access to the brake pedal. We're stuck with our foot on the accelerator, and we've forgotten the brake even exists. This is where the vagus nerve enters the picture. It's the primary driver of your parasympathetic system, the 10th cranial nerve, the longest nerve in your body. It starts at the base of your brain and wanders down through your neck, past your heart, into your lungs, through your diaphragm, and into your digestive system. That's why it's called vagus. The word means wandering in Latin. When this nerve is activated, it sends a massive signal to your entire body. Stand down. Threat is over. Time to recover. But when it's not activated, you're trapped in that wired but tired state that defines modern life. Let's talk about why this happens. Our ancestors activated their sympathetic nervous system maybe a few times a week. A predator appears. They run. They escape. Their vagus nerve kicks in. They recover. Simple. You activate your stress response about 50 times before breakfast. Your alarm jolts you awake. You check your phone and see 17 notifications. You read a news headline about economic collapse. You're late. Traffic. A tense text message. An overflowing inbox. A passive-aggressive email. And it's only 9 in the morning. Each of these microstresses triggers the same biological cascade as running from a tiger. Except you never actually run. You never discharge the energy. You just sit there, marinating in stress hormones, while your body waits for a recovery signal that never comes. Over time, your vagus nerve becomes underactive. Scientists call this low vagal tone. It's like a muscle you never use. It weakens. And when your vagal tone is low, you lose the ability to self-regulate. Small annoyances feel like catastrophes. You ruminate for hours over tiny interactions. You lie in bed, exhausted but unable to sleep, because your body genuinely doesn't remember how to relax. Here's the good news. Vagal tone is not fixed. It's trainable. You can strengthen this nerve the same way you'd strengthen a bicep, and once you do, everything changes. You'll still experience stress. Life is stressful. But you'll bounce back faster, you'll sleep deeper, you'll think clearer, you'll stop feeling like you're constantly bracing for disaster. Before I show you how to activate your vagus nerve, let's figure out where you're starting from. There are a few quick ways to assess your vagal tone right now. First test, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Now ask yourself, how long does it take you to let go of something stressful? If someone cuts you off in traffic, are you over it in 2 minutes? Or are you still fuming 2 hours later? If you make a small mistake at work, can you shake it off? Or does it loop in your head all night? High vagal tone equals quick recovery. Low vagal tone equals prolonged rumination. Second test. Notice your breathing. People with low vagal tone tend to breathe shallow and fast, up in their chest. People with high vagal tone breathe slow and deep, down in their belly. Where's your breath right now? Third test. Pay attention to your heart rate variability. This is the gold standard for measuring vagal tone. It refers to the variation in time between each heartbeat. Sounds complicated, but here's the simple version. When you inhale, your heart speeds up slightly. When you exhale, it slows down. The greater this variation, the higher your vagal tone. The more rigid and unchanging your heart rate, the lower your tone. You can measure this with certain apps and wearables, but even without technology, you can feel it. Put your hand on your chest, take a deep breath in, notice your heartbeat quicken, exhale slowly. Notice it calm. If you feel that shift easily, your vagal tone is probably decent. If you feel nothing, it needs work. Now let's get to the practical part. How do you actually stimulate this nerve? I'm going to give you 3 techniques. They might seem strange. That's fine. They work. Technique 1. Cold exposure. The vagus nerve has receptors that respond intensely to cold. When you expose your face to cold water, it triggers something called the dive reflex. Your body thinks you've plunged into icy water, and it immediately activates your parasympathetic system to conserve oxygen and protect vital organs. Your heart rate drops. Your stress response shuts down. It's instant. Here's how to do it. Fill a bowl with ice water. Take a deep breath. Dunk your face in for 15 to 30 seconds. If that's too intense, just splash cold water on your face. Focus on your forehead, eyes, and cheeks. That's where the vagus nerve receptors are most concentrated. You can also place an ice pack on your face or the back of your neck. Do this when you feel anxiety spiking, and you'll feel the shift within seconds. Technique 2. Controlled exhale breathing. Your vagus nerve is directly connected to your diaphragm and your breathing muscles. When you exhale slowly, you mechanically stimulate this nerve. But not just any exhale, it has to be longer than your inhale. Here's the protocol. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 round. Do 10 rounds. The key is making your exhale longer than your inhale. This sends a direct message to your vagus nerve. We're safe. We can rest now. You can do this anywhere. At your desk, in your car, before a presentation, in bed when you can't sleep. It's portable, invisible, and incredibly effective. Within 2 minutes, you'll notice your heart rate dropping and your thoughts becoming clearer. Technique 3. Vocal vibration. The vagus nerve runs right alongside your vocal cords and throat. When you create vibration in this area, you physically massage the nerve. Singers and voice teachers often have exceptionally high vagal tone, and this is why. Here's what you do. Take a deep breath. Now hum on your exhale. Not a quiet hum. A loud, resonant hum that you feel vibrating in your throat and chest. Make it as low-pitched as you can. Hold it for the entire exhale. Do this 10 times. If you want to amplify it, try gargling. Fill your mouth with water and gargle loudly for 30 seconds. It feels ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, but it works. The vibration directly activates your vagus nerve, and the effect is immediate. Singing works too, so does chanting, even loud talking or laughing, anything that creates sustained vibration in your throat. This is one reason why people instinctively sing in the shower or hum when they're alone. It's your body's way of self-soothing. Here's what most people miss about all of this. You've been told your entire life that stress is external, bad traffic, difficult people, too much work, not enough time. And sure, those things are real. But your experience of stress isn't determined by what happens to you. It's determined by how quickly your nervous system can return to baseline. Two people can experience the exact same event. One person's vagus nerve kicks in, and they're fine within minutes. The other person's doesn't, and they're dysregulated for hours. Same event, different biology. That's the difference vagal tone makes. And the most powerful part, you're not stuck with the vagal tone you have right now. You can change it. Starting today, these techniques aren't just for emergency stress relief. They're training tools. Every time you stimulate your vagus nerve, you're strengthening it. You're building your capacity for resilience. Do cold exposure 3 times a week, and within a month, you'll notice you're less reactive. Practice extended exhales every night before bed, and your sleep will improve. Hum in the shower every morning, and you'll start your day calmer. These aren't gimmicks, they're biological interventions. You're literally rewiring your nervous system. Let's recap what we covered. Your body has 2 modes, stress and recovery. Most people are stuck in stress because their vagus nerve, the main driver of recovery, has become weak. But you can strengthen it using cold exposure, extended exhale breathing, and vocal vibration. These aren't complicated. They don't require special tools, they just require consistency. You now know more about your nervous system than 90% of people walking around. The question is, what are you going to do with this information? Will you keep living at the mercy of your stress response? Or will you take control? Try one technique today, just one. Notice how you feel. Then let me know in the comments which one worked best for you. Subscribe to this channel for more.